Hey guys, Dave here from Wolf in the Wild Survival. A year ago, I started my YouTube channel. And although it's been very slow going, slow growing, I'm having way too much fun with it to not bother doing it. All in all, getting any excuse to get out into the woods and just do my thing, that's good enough for me. I kind of wish maybe I had someone to edit and upload my videos, because that's probably my least favorite part. But you take the good with the bad, right? So, my very first video 1 year ago was an out-of-the-box review of the buck Selkirk. Somebody had broken into my truck after a camp trip, and they took some of my stuff, and my camp knife was one of the things that they took. So, I went out and got myself a new camp knife, basically just what I could afford. It was 90, I think, pretty sure it was 80 or 90 bucks at Canadian Tire. And it was the buck Selkirk. And I got more views on that one video than like most of my videos combined. It's over 2,100 views right now. That for my channel is amazing. Now, a lot of people had a lot of concerns about the knife because it was made in China, and I took it and I batoned with it and played around with it right out of the box. Didn't sharpen it, didn't nothing. And I more or less decided for myself that it seemed to be relatively good, it seemed to be decent, and I was going to keep it and put it through its paces. Well, here we are 1 year later. It's only the slightest a rattle. I think it probably had a little bit of a rattle before. I can't remember. But either way, I have been on probably close to a dozen camping trips. I've been in the bush hundreds of times. I have used this knife exclusively. I can't think of one time that I've wandered into the bush and used a different knife. You know, I mean, other than my kukri for like larger tasks or whatever. But so generally when I go camping, I will light fires with a cigarette lighter. But when I get to the campsite, the very first fire I light is always with the ferro rod. And you can see it's had some use. Probably not quite as much as it could if I just used it every time, but it's had some use. I have moved the case or sheath into a scout carry position, which I prefer, and I've left it that way. There's some dings and some scratches and a little bit of wear and tear on the case, but for all intents and purposes, that's not half bad, because I am not light with my gear. I don't pussyfoot around. If it's gonna break, it's gonna break. I don't want it to break in, say, a survival situation. I want it to break in a leisurely camping situation. So I don't give it no quarter. I don't play around. Knife itself, still strong, sturdy. It's got a few scratches on it from me sharpening it and, you know, not really paying attention to the angle. You know, maybe I'm watching TV or whatever and marred the blade up a wee tiny bit, and I don't care. All in all, it's no rattling, no loose handle, no problems. It's, you know, edge retention is actually pretty good. I'm not really a stainless steel kind of guy. I prefer carbon steel, but the edge retention on this really isn't all that bad. You're not going to get a better knife for 80 or 90 bucks. It's just not going to happen. As far as I'm concerned, it's buck, okay? So there's quality. I don't care that it's made in China. I don't care, guys. It's buck. It's buck steel. It's buck patent. It's got the same hardening process as buck made in the United States. It's just this particular model isn't made in the United States. And I know that there has been some disagreement over whether or not it was made in China. And I really hope the camera can pick this up. It says China right on the blade. If it doesn't show up on camera, look it up. It says China right on the blade. So, despite that, it is a great knife, and you're not going to get a better one for cheaper or for a similar price. It's just not going to happen. I have put this thing through absolute hell all year long. All my camp chores, batoning wood. I batoned wood and then prepared meat with. It is, for its price, the absolute best bang for your buck. No pun intended. So, okay, what don't I like about the knife? Oh, I shouldn't have put it back on. Okay. Right here. Screws. And on the back here, they tend to loosen up over time. You have to tighten them every 5 or 6 months. It's the one shoddy part of the knife is the screws that, you know, hold the case sort of tight and allow it to be transferred from vertical carry to horizontal carry. That's the one shoddy part of the whole thing, that the screws won't stay tight. And I suppose I could get some Loctite, put it in there, because I don't ever plan on, you know, changing that. But what if I do go get another knife and I give this to my son and he wants to carry it vertically, you know? So I don't want to do that. I don't want to lock it in like that. The second problem that I have with it, I believe that's called a flat grind. I like a Scandinavian grind. Scandi grinds are so much better for bushcrafting, for camp chores, even for cleaning a fish or an animal that you've harvested from the woods. I don't really mind that it's not Scandi grind so much, but I would much prefer that it was a Scandi grind. But I guess that's kind of a minor complaint. That's kind of a minor taste. If somebody out there actually prefers a flat grind, well, then you're definitely getting the best bang for your buck, and the only gripe you're going to have is the tightening of the screws every 5-6 months. So all in all, you know, pretty minor gripes. So yeah, that's really about it. I've had a lot of fun in the 1 year. I plan on doing a lot more with it. So hopefully you keep enjoying the videos. Hopefully you keep liking and commenting, watching and sharing. And hopefully we'll see you in the woods sometime. If not, pretty sure we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.